What if the single most dangerous move a rising young music star could make was having the courage to walk away from a multi-million-dollar record deal? In an era where thousands of aspiring singers compete relentlessly for a sign on the dotted line, most are willing to hand over their master rights, creative freedom, and personal lives to corporate executives. They are sold the dream that a major label is the only ticket to world-renowned stages and international stardom. However, when a teenager from a small town in Wigan decided to shatter those traditional rules and build her own empire from scratch, no one in the music industry was prepared for what would follow. She refused to be dictated to, rejected being treated as a disposable product, and chose the high-risk path of total independence. Now, after years of grinding behind the scenes without big-budget marketing machines, she has finally broken her silence. Her massive announcement for 2026 isn't just a standard tour update. It is a direct challenge to the traditional music establishment that has exploited young talent for decades. When Lucy Thomas first stepped onto the Voice Kids UK stage at just 14 years old, her vocal clarity stunned both the judges and millions watching at home. Her tone was pure, resonant, and carried an emotional weight rarely seen in performers her age. Within hours, record executives were circling, eager to sign her to long-term deals. But behind the bright studio lights and thunderous applause lay a dark reality that the public rarely gets to see. Talent competitions are frequently designed as polished traps for underage artists. Thick, legally complex contracts are handed to well-meaning parents, containing predatory clauses that effectively surrender an artist's voice and master recordings for decades. Numerous alumni from similar shows have suffered severe mental health breakdowns, with some tragically turning to substance abuse or even deciding to themselves after spiraling into deep depression caused by extreme corporate pressure and exploitation. Lucy and her family recognized these red flags early on. They saw how easily young performers were transformed into commercial products and discarded the moment public interest faded. Rather than signing a document that would bind her creative future, Lucy took a step that left industry analysts bewildered. She chose to walk away from all corporate offers, but that risky exit was only the beginning of a far tougher battle. Turning down major labels meant facing an immediate blackout from mainstream radio, exclusion from massive festival lineups, and zero corporate PR backing. Without a multi-million-dollar marketing budget, an independent singer's career usually fades before gaining traction. Yet Lucy refused to rely on old-school media channels. She decided to bring her voice straight to listeners across the globe using digital platforms, uploading raw, emotionally authentic performances recorded without heavy studio manipulation. The extraordinary quality of her vocals spread through word of mouth. Listeners from every continent began tuning in, drawn to the sheer honesty and technical precision of her singing. To the shock of skeptical music critics, her personal channel soared past the monumental milestone of 1 million subscribers. Lucy had accomplished what traditional executives insisted was impossible, cultivating a massive global completely on her own terms. But as her digital fame skyrocketed, detractors began raising doubts. Critics openly questioned whether an independent internet singer could transition into releasing original hits and selling out prestigious live theatrical venues. What happened next permanently silenced those doubters. Refusing to be categorized strictly as a cover singer, Lucy made a bold career move that caught the industry off guard. She stepped out of her comfort zone of timeless ballads to venture into contemporary pop. Her original single releases, such as Don't Walk Away, showcased a modern, vibrant, and energetic side to her artistry. It was a calculated risk. If her original material failed to connect, she risked alienating the core audience that loved her classical renditions. Simultaneously, she achieved another major career breakthrough by securing the lead role in the original West End musical. Almost overnight, the artist who had turned down mainstream television found herself taking center stage at historic London venues like the Royal Lane. The pressure in professional musical theater is relentless. There are no second takes, no digital corrections, and grueling performance schedules often take a heavy toll on a singer's physical health. Whispers of backstage contract disputes and legal claims regarding production rights threaten to cast a shadow over the show. Despite these obstacles, Lucy's live performances earned glowing reviews, cementing her reputation as one of the finest vocal talents of her generation. Yet behind the glowing reviews and standing ovations, an operational storm was brewing behind closed doors. Running a global music career without a corporate backer is like navigating a small vessel through a hurricane. When a major label launches an international tour, they rely on massive teams, legal departments, and endless capital to absorb financial setbacks. For Lucy and her tight-knit independent team, every venue rental fee, production expense, travel cost, and musician payout came directly from their own pockets. A single logistical error could lead to severe financial damage. Rumors began circulating within industry circles that the pressure was becoming unsustainable. Speculation mounted that the relentless workload and self-management demands were causing physical exhaustion, with wild rumors even suggesting she had nearly collapsed behind the scenes from sheer fatigue. Industry skeptics predicted she would eventually cave, sell her master catalog to a corporate label, or cancel her international ambitions altogether. They believed an independent artist had hit the absolute limit of what could be achieved without corporate backing. They had no idea that Lucy was quietly preparing a move that would prove them entirely wrong. All the doubts and industry skepticism vanished when Lucy officially unveiled her major announcement for 2026. Instead of scaling back or slowing down, she announced a massive expansion into live international touring across mainland Europe. This wasn't a minor tour of local clubs, but a series of headline performances at some of the most prestigious, acoustically renowned halls in Europe. She confirmed major tour dates at the historic Victoria Hall in Geneva, Switzerland, as well as the Grand Stage of Grand in France. This announcement shattered the long-held belief that independent artists cannot mount multi-country tour without major booking agencies. Filling historic venues across Europe is an achievement that even major label artists frequently struggle to pull off. Fan reaction was immediate, with ticket sales surging within hours of the announcement. It proved that her vocal talent transcended regional and language barriers. But this European tour expansion was only one component of a broader strategy to revolutionize how she connects with her global audience. Alongside her European tour dates, Lucy introduced a direct fan community model designed to eliminate industry gatekeepers. For decades, the music business has placed promoters, ticketing conglomerates, and media outlets as heavy barriers between artists and their fans. These middlemen extract massive financial profits while controlling access to information and content. By establishing a dedicated inner circle community platform, Lucy effectively cut those gatekeepers out of the equation. Fans gained direct access to behind-the-scenes creative sessions, unreleased studio audio, and priority concert ticketing. This direct-to-fan support model grants her complete financial independence, eliminating the need for corporate sponsors or predatory loans. She has built a sustainable business model that no record label executive can dismantle or control. The ripple effects of her strategy are now shaking the foundations of the broader music industry. What Lucy Thomas has achieved leading up to 2026 is no longer just a story of individual success. It is a working blueprint for independent artists everywhere. Her journey demonstrates that the era of record label dominance is rapidly coming to an end. When an artist owns 100% of her masters, handles international tour independently, and maintains an authentic bond with a global, traditional label, contracts become obsolete. A new generation of young singers is now following her lead, refusing exploitative contracts and opting to build their own independent platforms from day one. Lucy's willingness to take full financial risks and endure early career pressures has rewarded her with something priceless: absolute creative control. She never had to compromise her artistic vision, alter her image, or record music she didn't believe in for short-term fame. Every note she sings remains an authentic expression of her artistic identity. Lucy Thomas's major 2026 announcement is ultimate proof that genuine talent and unwavering artistic integrity can prevail against an exploitative industry system. From a 14-year-old girl who refused to surrender her future on a reality show to an independent force taking over European stages, she has redefined what it means to be a modern musical artist. As she prepares to step onto prestigious international stages, one major question remains: is the traditional record label system officially on the brink of extinction?